Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Goodyear Autocare Warana V8T2 E-Series for Round 10, Race 11. We are at Interlagos for the Wake Cartel Interlagos 200, and boy, is it going to be action-packed tonight. We have just shy of 200 kilometers of racing to go, and joining me tonight is the newcomer to the commentary booth, Andrew Collins. He's got a nice little wrap-up behind him. He's only been on the sim for about 8 months, but he is a mechanic by trade, so he knows how these cars like to work. He's followed motorsports most of his life, and he's currently a navigator in the rally, and he's also pit crewed for the sprint cars. So a little bit of dirt racing in the background there. But Andrew Collins, mate, welcome to the Goodyear Autocare Warana V8T2 E-Series, and thank you for joining me in the commentary booth. And we're looking forward to seeing what you can do. How are you tonight, mate?
I'm very well, Matt. Yourself?
I'm very, very well, very well. Bit tired after work, bit of a long day. The NBN issues have been playing up again. Just got off the phone moments before the race actually went live. But we'll bring up some track notes for the ladies and gentlemen, and obviously little boys and girls watching at home for you. The Wake Cartel Interlagos 200. 4.31 kilometers in length tonight, ladies and gentlemen. 46 laps, just shy of that 200-kilometer distance, 198 kilometers to be exact. 55 litres tonight is going into these 650 horsepower supercars. 3 pit stops, 3.3 litres per lap they are doing for fuel burn, and they have 3 sets of tyres, but it is also unlimited. Track date is the 21st of April 2021, 2 p.m. race start, so it's a little bit ahead of our time, or a little bit behind our time, I should say, with an air temp of 26 degrees, 36 on track, and a wind speed blowing in a northerly direction of 3 kilometers an hour. And did a couple little maths earlier, Andrew. We're just going to be racing just over an hour, roughly about an hour and 10 minutes, including pit stops and maybe including a safety car tonight. It is a long race, and the fuel stint or should I say the fuel window is around lap 16. So these guys are going to get 16 laps out of a tank, 16.6 to be precise. We saw last night in the Nationwide Tracking Systems Super Series, the boys were able to stretch it out. I believe Morris stretched it out to 18 laps at one stage, and that was very late in the race. So watch out for, if I can get my words out correctly, watch out for some fuel saving tonight, Andrew.
Yeah, it looks like it's not the easiest of tracks either, Interlagos. It's pretty technical. But there is, from what I imagine, there is a bit of room to save fuel. So we can back out a little bit earlier on some corners and things like that. So I think we might see a bit more of what we saw last night happen tonight.
It is a high tyre degradation track around here tonight as well, mate. So the boys are going to be wanting to look after those tyres as much as they can, slip into that slipstream as we roll on to just about to click over 6 minutes to go in qualifying. Kai Turner is your current pole sitter with a 134.59. So he's only a 10th up over Nicky G. Damien Cairns in 3rd, David Nash in 4th. We've got Scholesy in 5th. Jamie Davis in 6th. Dylan Pereira, the rookie, in 7th. Young Rehan Leonos hasn't been up on the podium too much. He only got his second podium of the season only a couple weeks ago. He's down there in 8th position. Daryl Hockey, couple race wins behind him, up in 9th. Dean Reddit rounding out your top 10, ladies and gentlemen. So nice and close in qualifying. Only the top, if I quickly have a look through, top 17 only separated by that second. So it's going to be some action-packed racing tonight, Andrew.
It certainly is, and interesting to see where Scholes and Nash finish up. Those two have taken it out the last 2 weeks in a row, the Team Riot. So probably expect them to be right up the front again this week.
That's it. We're expecting those two. They're they're the fast bunch out of the field. Probably going to be making the step up into the Super Series, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of this season. And speaking of Nash and Scholes and all them, we'll bring up some championship points for you, ladies and gentlemen, because it is starting to really heat up. Coming into the end of the season, we're on our first of the 2 endurance events. Next up will be the Triple Crown one over at Bathurst, which will be later on in the season. Matty Scholes out in front at the moment with a nice, not a comfortable lead, but enough of a buffer. 1,278 points over Daryl Hockey on 1,214 points. Nicky G gets up into third position after a fantastic race last week with 1,200 points. Sam Noble down in fourth with 1,118. David Nash with 1,171. Not far behind him, though, Dan Stevens, 1,146 points. The young Leonish still holding well in the top 10, 1,140 points in seventh position. Kai Turner, he did lead the championship for quite some time. Few bad races by him, and believe an internet dropout last week at Hockenheim, so that puts him down now into 8th position with 1,069 points. Dean Reddit in 9th with 1,054, and Dan Alessi rounding out your top 10 there with 1,039 points. We'll let those roll through for you as Andrew and I keep talking here. We saw last night, Andrew, the field really start to separate as the race went on. There was only a few small battle packs here and there. There wasn't anything too much going on. Really down to strategy tonight. So that's going to be one to work out. You can do the big pit stops, the 16, the 16, and then I believe it's just shy of 10 laps off, just a little bit over 10 laps after that. So you can do that one, do the long stint, short stint. You can go long stint, short stint, long stint. Or they can start mixing up and start doing a short stint, long stint, and another long stint. So what's your thoughts on that one, mate? What if you were in the car, where would you be wanting to obviously strategize?
I think you pretty much hit the nail on the head, mate. It's going to be a hard one. I would probably go long, short. You're 4.31 kilometres in length. That's probably why they're not bunched up as much. It's quite a big track. So you're open, but I'd be trying to leave the short stint until the end. Less fuel, new tyres on, and have a good crack at it for the last sort of 10 laps.
Well, I guess that is the joys of having those 3 sets of tyres to be able to whack on the cars tonight. Unlike last night, sorry, just had a little bit of word in my back here for a second. Oh, thank you. Just got word in from our director, Nash, to the top with a 134.51. Pips Kai Turner by 8/100ths of a second. So he's definitely getting turned on in the final minutes of qualifying as we're about to click over 2 minutes. But no, you are right, Andrew, because they do have the 3 sets. The long stint, short stint may be the goer tonight, but also track position is key around here. If you get some clean air and get the track to yourself, you'll be able to make up some more time than what you would behind someone else. If you start getting tangled up in some battles, that's when you start dropping back through or should I say, allowing the people behind you to start catching up. We saw last night that boys only had 1 set of tyres to put on throughout the race, so that really changed things up. Tonight, though, as I said, 3 sets of tyres, so they're going to be able to go hell for leather, lap in, lap out. But again, it is tyre degradation around here that is going to play key, Andrew.
You're dead right there, mate. You make a very good point. So if you're stuck in behind someone, your strategy may change within a lap or two. You may be trying to go the long, short, or the long, short, long, but you get caught up behind someone and start wearing your tyres out, trying to get past them, then you might have to changing your strategy, which make a big impact on the race, that will.
Well, I just got word in as well, mate, what's going to make a big impact. Sam Noble is up there in the top 10 in the championship. Tonight is having technical issues. I just got word in from the team owner, Sean McNamara, about Sam Noble, that he is having technical issues. So that may see Sam Noble out of the race for tonight. He hasn't set a lap yet. So if he can get a lap in within the next 30 seconds, I don't see him out on track. It says pit on my timing board, so don't think he's going to be able to get out on track. If he can and work his way up through the field, awesome. If not, that's definitely going to hurt him in the championship later on.
Yeah, it certainly is. And that's one thing you don't really think about, is it, with sim racing, is that you have a little bit of technical difficulty. Your internet drops out and the race is gone, your points are gone. And not much you can really do about it.
No, well, technical issues, boys and girls, they can range from wheels to the wheel base, to your pedals, to your internet, to your computer, to your VR headset if they are running VR headset, or even screens dropping out. So the technical issues are very big, just like a real car though. I mean, you can almost call the internet issue almost like a starter motor issue where your car doesn't want to start. So that's going to play big impact on Sam Noble's championship tonight as we round out the qualifying. The checkered flags are out for the session. And it is looking like they have sorted themselves out in the top of the field there. Nash, Turner, Reddick, Nicky G, Matty Scholes, Damien Campbell, Dylan Pereira in 70s out on track at the moment. Doesn't look like he's going for one. Jamie Davis, about half dozen cars out on track. Steve Martin still out on track. Mika Lamasuria still out on track. Good to see him out tonight. Obviously repping the new team as well. Dean Williams out on track. Troy Allen and Tony Gaffer out on track. But Pereira Davis, Leonard gets demoted down to 9th now. So drops one spot from where he was before. And Daryl Hockey rounding out your top 10 for qualifying. So it's definitely nice and tight up at the top of the field there, Andrew.
It doesn't look like any of the boys out on track are going to worry. Top 5 though, so we can pretty much lock the top 5 in.
Well, you never know. It's clear track can mean a lot of things.
This is true. But you sort of look at the times there. I would say that we can lock them in. So what have we got? We've got Scholesy in 5 for the right sim racing, and his team Nash number 1 as we're seeing over the last couple of weeks.
Yes. Nash and Nash, Turner, and I've just highlighted his it's the name. Reddit is going to be the one to look out for. Scholes as well. He's up there. Nicky G's been bringing the fire lately as well to the boys up front, so he's going to be another one to look out for, up in 4th position at the moment. So we're hoping to have Nicky G run an excellent race tonight. He's been turning it up, really putting the pressure on, and is obviously showing that in the championship points as you see. Some more track notes up on top of your screen for the Wake Cartel Interlagos at 200. And I won't go for a little plug, but you know what? It's sponsored by me, so I'm going to have a little plug. The Wake Cartel, sponsored by myself. Yeah, we're a boating brand and a water sport brand, so anything to do with water sports and anything like that, we're all for it at the moment. We've got a clothing brand, so go over and check it out. The hoodies have just got released. Keep you nice and warm for the early morning sessions.
Might have to get one myself, Matty.
Right. Won't say no to that one, mate. As we boys are lining up on the grid now. We'll bring up that off the first row, David Nash, Kai Turner. Second row, Dean Reddit and our man Nicky G. On the third row, Matty Scholes, Damien Cairns. Off the fourth row, Dylan Pereira, Jamie Davis. Off the fifth row, Ryan Leonard and Daryl Hockey. Stephen Martin and Dean Alessi will see you off row 6. We click over to the next page. Let's go. Shane Clark and Mika Limasuri out of row 7. Dean Williams, Stan Stevens out of row 8. Troy Allen, Mitch Campbell out of row 9. Aaron Racanella, Jonathan Bain out of row 10. Cole Booth, Brian Good out of row 11. Colin Bruns and Luke Georgeson out of row 12. David Clark and Tony Gaffer will see you out of row 13. Aaron Hayden and Andrew Johnson will leave at row 14. Row 15 will be Peter Kelly and Stephen Black. Row 16 will be Robert Brewer and Paul Gerland. Todd Martin and Thomas Foster will come out of row 17 there. Row 18 will be Stephen Banks and Stephen Banks, and then Blake Urquhart is our safety car driver for the night in the beautiful Goodyear Autocare Warana Lamborghini GT, I believe GT3. GT3 it is. So hopefully we don't have to see that out on track tonight. It will be good to see it bunch up the field as the lights are already ablaze by David Nash from the Riot Sim Racing Club. He's getting impatient. He wants to get underway, ladies and gentlemen. They're just waiting on the lights for now. And look at that livery, the new livery for the Riot Sim Racing boys. Lights are up for that. Wake Cartel Interlagos 200. Brought to you by Goodyear Autocare V8, Goodyear Autocare Warana, and they're on the way. David Nash looks like he gets a good start. Kai Turner too. Swamped in the back goes a couple cars. Nicky G up in the third position already over Dean Reddit. Through turn 1 they go. Looks like everyone's getting through there nice and clean. Into turn 2. Through wide. It's a drag race around the left-hand bend. Up into 4th gear. Cold tyres. They'd want to be getting that sorted. Single file they go. Hard up the gears. Flat onto the power. Straight through the firewall. That accelerator goes. 3 wide in the background as they come down the main straight. Or should I say the front straight here. Back it down the gears. Into second. Up into third. Ease that power on. Nicky G up 1 spot already. Dylan Pereira up 2 in 5th. Rion Linage makes up 3 spots off the start, along with Daryl Hockey and Shane Clark. The biggest loser out of that one, though, is Damien Cairns, down 9 positions as they come around into turn 7, I believe, to 7-8. Round to the right-hand side they go. Nice and clean racing so far. Everyone's only separated by marginal. No big incidences at the moment that I can see. Haven't heard anything in my ear. Haven't seen anything from race control pop up. Matty Scholes, actually. Matthew Scholes. Safety car is out. They've come to a halt. They're cruising. Matty Scholes on my leaderboard just died from all the way to the top right down to the bottom, along with Stephen Martin. So there is a big incident out on track, ladies and gentlemen. First lap safety car. We said we didn't want it out tonight, Andrew, but here it is already.
I was just watching the timing monitor there, and names were flashing everywhere. Well, Scholesy just drop to figure out what was going on there, but obviously being an incident we didn't quite catch. But hopefully
we'll be able to find a replay, no doubt. We'll be able to bring up a simsnap.com photography replay for you, ladies and gentlemen, shortly. Once our director finds out what happened to Matthew Scholes and Stephen Martin, here it is on your screen for you, ladies and gentlemen. Have a look at this. Matty Scholes just ran wide just a little bit. What happens here? What happens? There he goes. And then he gets lodged into the fence. So Matthew Scholes, ladies and gentlemen, he is out of the race for the Interlagos, or should I say the Wake Cartel Interlagos 200. So, unfortunate news for Scholesy there, and Stephen Martin also, by the looks of it, copped a little bit. What's going on with the safety car tonight, ladies and gentlemen? That is a different livery.
Blake, I was talking to Blake earlier, and he was telling me about the MSR livery they were putting on it. So I actually run for the MSR team in the Speedway stuff.
There we go.
Blake pretty well.
Well, that should be the Goodyear Autocare livery, I believe, on the safety car. We're running the MSR livery tonight, so don't know what's happened. There might be a little bit of a technical issue on our end or on the iRacing server end, but as it sees, whilst we're under safety car, ladies and gentlemen, we've got Kai Turner out in front with David Nash behind, Nicky G and Dean Reddit followed in close behind, Dylan Pereira, Rion Leonage, Daryl Hockey, Shane Clark, Mika Limasuria and Jamie Davis rounding out the top 10. Jamie Davis down 2 spots from where he started. Big movers already in the field, though. Andrew, Tony Gaffer up 9 spots from where he started, back down in P28, I believe, 26. And another big mover is Mitch Campbell up 7 spots. So a few big movers off the start already, mate. And Mika Limasuria up 5 positions with Payne Clark.
Not bad at all, is it really?
Safety cars away, lights are out. Kai Turner now leads the field, bunches them all up. Let's see what he does, ladies and gentlemen. When does he stand on this loud pedal? There he goes. Back end squats down. They're underway again. Coming down the main straight to come across the start-finish line to start lap 3 of 46 tonight. Big, long race. Kai Turner runs to the inside. Heaps of pressure by David Nash. Through turn 1 they go. We'll stay with these guys. They're fierce fighters. Nicky J behind it in 3rd position. And Dean Reddit down in 4th. Dylan Pereira in 5th there as they bolt from the rest of the pack. It is a 5-car freight train coming down the front straight, or I wouldn't call it the back straight, but the front straight I'd call it. It's somewhat the front. Through turn 4 they go into turn 5. Nice and spread out already now after the first couple corners. It still is a little bit of a freight train, though. Kai Turner has bolted out to a just over half a second, actually. Now it's got brought back in, so obviously hit the brakes just a little bit too early.
Got away a bit there, didn't he? But looks like Nash has caught back up to him. So
It did, and there is more incidents at the back of the field, ladies and gentlemen. Dan Stevens and Luke Georgeson have obviously had a coming together. They have dived down the field. Back all the way down into 33rd and 34th position. So a little bit of an incident off camera there. We'll try and get a replay for you shortly as Kai Turner leads the pack around one last time back onto the main straight. Andrew, it's only lap 3, coming to start lap 4, but it feels like it's already lap 50 coming into the dying stages of the race.
And your voice is wearing out already, mate. Taking most of the control for me tonight, which is very, very good of you. But yeah, very interesting race so far. Especially with Goldie out.
Yes, Goldie out.
Kai
Turner with the fastest lap of the race, 1:35.61 as well. So he's ready to turn the heat on.
Yeah, well, it's he did gap Dave Nash there for a bit, but Nash caught back up to him. So I'm not sure if Nash made a little mistake or what's going on there. But
you're right. So I think David Nash might have had a little fumble, or Kai Turner just got a little bit too early onto the brakes. It is tricky coming around here. Coming up to turn 6, ladies and gentlemen. There is no brake marker on the road or directly on the side of the track. There is a little Marshall hut on the left-hand side of the track, which you sort of got to gauge in these cars. So I'm not sure if you've done laps around yourself at all, Andrew, but I did quite a few during the week for the hot lap last night, and it definitely is a tricky spot as Damien Cairns goes up the inside of Troy Allen in the Livermore entry. Around the outside he goes, side by side.
And he
through the right-hander. And does he make it stick? Damien Cairns up into 12th position. Good move, do they say? Does Troy Allen try the over and under? Does he slot back in? He slots back in for now. But he is close enough, ladies and gentlemen, to have a run on the main straight. If he can get the run out of this I'd call it the final corner. I don't really call the two kinks any corners because it's just a nice flowing long bend. But as they come onto the main straight, Troy Allen just a little bit too far away to be able to put any pressure on Damien Cairns coming into turn 1. Rian Leonage in 11th position, not having a great race. David Nash up the inside of Kai Turner. Side by side they go into turn 2. Side by side into turn 3. Eddie's on already at the start of the race, ladies and gentlemen. David Nash up the inside. Drag race down into turn 4. Who's going to be the almighty one? Who's going to hit the brakes late? Who's going to hit the brakes early? David Nash still up on the inside of Kai Turner. Does Kai Turner yield? No. Side by side they go through turn 4. Into turn 5, side by side still. This is absolute commitment from these two front runners. David Nash now on the outside, coming into turn 6. Nicky G waiting patiently, waiting for these two to make some form of mistake. Kai Turner pushed David Nash side, and Nicky G capitalises up the inside of David Nash. He goes. Yeah. This is some action-packed stuff. I'm losing my voice, and it's only been 4 corners.
Yeah. Good call there, mate.
Drive-through penalty for car contact on car 19 for car contact on lap 1 with car 11. So
you called that well there. I was sitting there thinking, Nicky G's just sitting behind him, waiting for someone to make a mistake, and he did, and he's jumped Nash and into P2.
Awesome result by Nicky G, already up into P2. Mikel Limbasuria on your screen in the Nationwide Tracking Systems entry. Made the shift over from E1 Sim Racing last week. Out of the Mustang, into the Commodore. And he is really into the pits he goes. So this might be a pit stop strategy for Mikel Limbasuria. Nicky G out the inside of Kai Turner. Does he get into the lead? Yes, he does. Nicky G takes the lead of the Interlagos 200, and I believe this is the first time he has taken the lead away as well. So he is a man on the mission tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Andrew, he's run a fantastic race so far. David Nash up on the inside of Kai Turner. No, has a quick look. Giles decides to play it safe, jump back in. Andrew, Nicky G, he's bolted from Kai Turner already.
He has, hasn't he? He's put a decent margin on him. Very impressive drive so far. The Goodyear sponsored car, so he's got past him, and it's like he's put 3 bus lengths on him. So see if he can pull away, or whether Nashi and Nicky G can get back at him.
Kai Turner, Nick and David Nash just playing a follow the leader at the moment with Nicky G. Kai Turner shows a nose, says, I am still here, mate. You're not getting away that easy. He's closed the gap up to now 0.2 of a second as they start to make their way around to start lap 7 of 46, ladies and gentlemen. On board with Kai Turner now. Nicky G coming out of. I'm still gonna call it the final corner tonight. I know it's not the final corner. There's still another 3 other corners for that, but it's the last corner for me. It's coming onto the main straight. Nicky G though has the power in that ZB Commodore, that Goodyear Autocare Warana entry. Kai Turner plays defensive. David Nash right on his heels. Let's see if we can see a nose from David Nash somewhere. Kai Turner plays very, very defensive. David Nash doesn't get by the looks of it. Can't see much from that camera angle, ladies and gentlemen. I am currently going off my timing board of what the gap is. It's currently 0.1 of a second and closing 0.08, 0.07, 0.06. David Nash up the inside of Kai Turner into turn 4. No, slots back in. Plays it safe. He's got his teammate behind him, Dean Reddit. Dylan Pereira down in 5th. Jamie Davis in 6th position. Daryl Hockey in 7th. Dean Williams up 7 positions in 8th. Mitch Campbell up into 9th. Damien Canzo, a big loser at the moment, down in 10th position. And Rehan Leonage down in 11th. So something, excuse me, sorry. Got the hiccups all of a sudden. Damien Canzo and Rehan Leonage have dropped a lot of positions. So something might have been a little bit of car contact there maybe. Andrew?
I think there might have been. I think it might have even been when Scholesy went off there. I think a couple of boys got caught out there and sort of jammed on the brakes, and others were lucky enough to get around. But I'm sure they will definitely move back up the field as the race goes on.
Well, big movers so far at the moment. The biggest mover of them all is Tony Gaffer, up 12 positions into 14th from 26. So he's having an absolutely blistering race, but not like our man Nicky G out in front. He's up 3 positions, and boy, is he flying away with it as we're on board now with Jamie Davis in the AutoServe racing entry. He's made a return to the series after a little bit of a break. It's good to see him out on track. Bang panels with him a couple times, and boy, is he a good racer, Andrew.
Yeah, he looks like he's doing well. He's jumped off him there, but what's he down in P6? Jamie Davis, so he's still up there.
Just switch. David Nash. He's got around Kai Turner. He wants to get around Nicky G, but no, Nicky G too strong on the brakes. So it is going to be on for young and old this race. I reckon we're going to be having an action-packed race all night long. It's not going to do my throat any good. Strepsils, I say it every week. You got to give me a sponsorship, guys. Start setting out some Strepsils, because if you guys watched it and you were doing the same thing, you'd be saying it. So David Nash with a little bit of a look upside. Nicky G doesn't get it done. Slots back in. This brings Kai Turner back into the fight. Dean Reddit just hanging back there by 6-7 car lengths. Just seeing what's going on. It could be a three-way accident. David Nash up the inside of Nicky G. Round he goes. Nicky G holds his line. Round to the left. 2 wide. Coming up to the final corner. What's going to go on the front straight? They're going to be having a drag race, that's for sure. Kai Turner has a little bit of a look up the inside of David Nash. He's now got the draft off Nick Gearich.
Going to go right up the middle.
3 wide, they go up the front straight. It's a drag race, ladies and gentlemen, to turn 1. Who's going to capitalise? Who's not going to capitalise? The only one that can really capitalise at the moment is if all 3 come together. That's going to be Dean Reddit. Side by side. Nash and Gearich go. Gearich up the inside into turn 1. Nash holds the outside. Does he have a look into turn 2? Little bit of a bump and grind. Not too much. It's that Rubbin's racing, as we all say. Through turn 3 they go. They all form back into single file. Now, with that battle going on, ladies and gentlemen, look who's caught back up. Reddit, Pereira, and Davis. Drive through for car 74. Contact with car 3 on lap 3. As we are on screen at the moment. I'm just trying to see. We are on screen at the moment. It's Melbourne Hydrographics Depot entry 888. That would be Shane Clark. Shane Clark and Troy Allen battle there. There is battles all over the place at the moment. Andrew, if you look through your timing board, it is red, yellow, red. So it is really action-packed tonight.
It's jumping all over the place, isn't it, mate? I'm trying to keep up.
Oh, you can't.
I think I've got the monitor set a bit too low. Time to look at that and back up at the screen. The places have changed again, so...
That's it. I'll give you one little tip that I've done, mate. If you're looking at your timing board, zoom out by a couple of clicks on Google Chrome, because it actually does allow you to see up to 30 all drivers on the one screen. So
right.
That's a little bit of a tip coming to the apprentice, the young Padawan, as I'm going to start calling you, I think.
That's fine, mate. That's fine. Any advice you can give me, I'll take on board.
That's it. As we come onto the main straight again, guys, to start lap 10 of 46. David Nash had a little look into the pit lane to try and spook Kai Turner going in. On the brakes they go. David Nash right up on the rear bumper of Nicholas Gearich. Tyre Turner wanting to follow. Dean Reddit not too far behind. Same with Dylan Pereira and Jamie Davis. And I believe Daryl Hockey might be on the back of this freight train, which would make it a 7-car freight train for the lead. David Nash on the inside.
Oh, he showed the nose
Has
there.
a little bit of a look. Showed the nose, showed the headlights. Not going to pull it off. If he keeps using his tyres like he is now, though, Andrew, Nash isn't going to have any by the time they come lap 16.
That's a very good point, mate. Very good point.
Simsnap.com iRacing photography replay here for you. Talk us through this one, Andrew.
What are we watching here?
Stephen Black.
Stephen Black. As he comes onto the straight. Oh! Martin's off.
Todd Martin. Oh,
right
no!
Of Black. Oh, no. What a mess up. That'll have to bring out a safety car, won't it?
This has to bring out the safety car.
Oh, no, he's got it going again. He's got it going. So
not much damage to Stephen, thank goodness.
Wow, that was a bit of a bad mistake there. He must have lost the half then going onto the main straight there.
There we go. Drive-through penalty for car 888. That is Shane Clark for car contact with car 79, the young Rehan Leonage. So, there it is. There is why Rehan had dropped a couple positions down into the 11th. He was up in 6th a little bit earlier, so that's a little bit interesting. I wonder if we might be able to find a replay of that. Not at this stage. We won't be able to find a replay, so just get word from our director, JP, who does an amazing job. But back to the lead, David Nash and Nicky G out in front. But it is a 4-car freight train at the moment for the lead. Jamie Davis has backed off this group. David Nash has a look up the inside. There's already a little bit of panel damage. Has a leak. He pushes him a little bit wide. Nick goes side by side with him as they come through the hairpin. And David Nash shuts the door perfectly. That is a textbook move right there, Andrew.
Yeah, beautifully done by Nashy there. Pulled right up alongside him, and as you said, you could see a little bit of panel damage from where we've obviously made contact before. He stayed to the right and just shut the door on him there so he couldn't get back up inside him on the left. Very well done.
Dean Williams gets promoted up into 11th position there as he's made his way around. No, he's actually just had the position taken back from him by Leonage. So Leonage actually makes his way around Dean Williams to take a 10th position and up into the top 10. Rehan Leonage, the son of the famous Lasseth Leonage. As we're on screen now with Stephen Martin in the KFC entry in the middle of the paint with a little bit of panel damage to that KFC entry. So here we go. Simsnap.com replay. This is what happened to Todd Martin. Coming out of the pits, very, very easy to do. Oh, no.
Whoa, what's happened there?
Todd Martin, something's happened to Todd Martin. He's dropped all the way back down to the field, to the very, very back. Stephen Black has obviously pitted and got that ZB Commodore fixed up. Stephen Martin on your screen now for the race at the moment. Sporting a little bit of damage. He's got no spoiler on the back, so that's definitely not going to help him down the straights, Andrew.
No boot lid at all. It's all completely gone. But I wonder why Martin pulled off there in the pit lane. Like, he wouldn't have run out of fuel, surely.
Surely he wouldn't have run out of fuel. The pit window the pit window is open, ladies and gentlemen, for if they want to pit now and still make it to the end with the rest of their stops. But I believe it could have been maybe a bit of engine failure. He did look like to have the car fixed, not fixed up. So he may have blown an engine coming out of the pit lane. But obviously, race control will see it in pit lane. It's out of the way of the racing. They'll just push it off to the side, get the tally handler, and they'll take that back to the garage to get that fixed for next week's racing. Luckily, it's a cheap fix. Click a button and she's done. Unlike the real world. That'll definitely cost a few hundred. Oh, yeah, they're all bunched back up, ladies and gentlemen. Safety car is out on track. Nicky G dives to the pits. Look at that one for a late dive. Nicholas Gearage into the pits at the very last second. That puts Nash out in front now. Nash did not see that one coming.
No, I think he stepped him there. Got Blake sitting in the car waiting to pick up Nash, I would say. Very, very quick reaction.
Very quick reaction indeed. So obviously slowed him up enough and then just pulled the old, I'm going down the straight nut, flicker left into the pit lane. I go. And here we go. Pit lane has lit up. It's red, orange, yellow, everything. Everyone's in, everyone's out. Where does Nicholas Gearage pop out? He is in 7th position. So effectively, Kai Turner just behind him as well. Same with Jamie Davis. So those guys saw what Nicky G did and reacted to that. Also, the losers out of that one are Nash, Reddit, and Pereira, as well as Campbell, Raw, and Hayden. So they are the current leaders who have not pitted yet, who were always a threat for the win tonight at the Interlagos 200, sponsored by the Wake Cartel. Now that the safety car is out, Andrew, I think it is the perfect time to run through just a couple sponsors while we can catch our breath.
Yeah, mate.
Obviously, ladies and gentlemen, we have the Goodyear Autocare Warana for the V8T2 E-Series. They are our main sponsors tonight. Co-name right sponsors with Blue Stampede, Labour Hire. Just going off the top of my head here because I currently don't have the sheet in front of me. I forgot to load it up. Silly me. Blue Stampede, Radar Hire. We have also hybrid racing simulators. Track cams for Gourmet, bringing you all these track camera angles. Also SDK live timing for these amazing overlays that you see. They are identical, I should say. It looks like you're watching the V8 Supercars from home, as we were last year. So awesome job by those guys to get us these. As I've got a little bit of a technical issue. Got a little bit of a technical issue on my end. My screen is frozen solid.
Oh, good. Also,
that is
show a shout out to JP there with Kingshed Broadcasting. He does an amazing job in the background. Bring all the action to all the people.
Bring you all action here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. My screen has gone completely blank, so
frozen too, to be honest.
Well, this is going to make life a little bit difficult. I can't see what is on screen for you at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. A few technical issues on my end. Not sure what's going on. Just quickly ask my director if he is still there. Yeah, JP, I can hear his voice. Everything's working from his end, so maybe we can just get you to stop your screen view and start it again. Maybe that might be able to give us a kickstart, and he'll be able to relay it to us what is exactly going on track at the moment as we try and bring you back to speed, ladies and gentlemen, with what is going on track. But back to our sponsors, obviously Track Cams for Gourmet bringing you the track camera angles, the SDK live timing. There we go. Pictures back up and running. Safety car still out the track and sporting the Goodyear Autocare livery, Andrew. So that is good to see. We were able to get that fixed. JP working vigorously behind the scenes to be able to get that up and on the car. It'll obviously keep our sponsors happy tonight. I'm sure there are other sponsors that I have missed tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And for those sponsors I have missed, I deeply apologize. I have not got them up on my screen. Obviously, too much action going on. Too excited to get this underway. But Andrew, so far for the first night of commentating, mate, I can't fault your work. But what are your thoughts? We're 14 laps in, going to click over to 15, no doubt. Next time the safety car goes around, he might even come in this lap. What are your thoughts so far on this race, and who is going to be your driver to pick to take the race win?
It's definitely a long race, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know whether Nashi or leading when they jumped in.
Nicholas Gearich, Nicky G.
So he's the first driver to have pitted, I believe.
Safety, I'll come back to you on that one, Andrew. Give us 2 secs. David Nash already bolts nice and early for the race. Restart, safety car is in. David Nash leads them across the finish line to start. Lap 15 of 46 for the Interlagos 200. Second restart of the race. Dean Reddit, his teammate, not far behind him. Mitch Campbell, a little bit further back. But Nicholas Gearich already maintaining 4th position there. So effectively, if I'm right, ladies and gentlemen, David Nash, Dean Reddit, Mitch Campbell, if they pit under green flags, which they are due to do so any moment now, they will come in either this lap or the next lap, unless they've saved enough fuel to do an extra lap to make it to lap 17. They will be put down halfway through the order. So,
I'd say Nicky G. That's what I was thinking.
Nicky G is effectively our race leader at the moment, followed by Kai Turner and Jamie Davis, with Daryl Hockey in hot pursuit as well. So, this is really, as we get drive-through for car 240 for car with car contact on car 058 on lap 7. So, 240 and 58. So, that's David Clark. And if I just quickly run through my sheets, Nick Gaffer. Tony Gaffer. Oh, no. Crave Casper, sorry. My bad. I thought I heard Gaffer in my back ear and I didn't, sorry. Casper. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Casper the Friendly Ghost.
Casper the Friendly Ghost. Doesn't he wish he was being able to drive through right now so he didn't get taken out there. But David Nash leading them up onto the main straight for another time as they come round. Watch out, ladies and gentlemen, because this is where they will be trying to maybe do the old flickaroonie. Do they dive into the pits? No, they don't. They stay out for one more lap. So they're playing the long game. They've been able to save enough fuel behind the safety car, so they might be able to make it to lap 17, 18, depending on how much and how hard they have pushed. But effectively, our race leaders, Nicky G, Kai Turner, and Jamie Davis, they're in 4th, 5th, and 6th. Daryl Hockey is nowhere to be seen. He is quite a few cars back. He's nearly 3 seconds up the road, 2.5 to be precise. But
look,
Nicky G, what a drive so far. He has played the smart game. Kai Turner all over the back of Nicholas Gearich as they come through turn 4 and 5. Nicky G has played the smart game. He decided to pit early under the safety car. Fill it right up, brand new set of tyres. He's able to then use that safety car to get the heat into those tyres while he's waiting to restart the race. So, a little bit of a smart move, I reckon, by Nicholas Gearich there, Andrew.
Yeah, it certainly is. But you look at the, looks like David Nash has done the fastest lap of the race. So
1:35.34. Yes, he has actually got the fastest lap of the race at the moment. Actually, fastest lap goes to Jamie Davis with a 1:35.20 on my screen. So Jamie Davis has definitely got the speed tonight, ladies and gentlemen. He's lapping, or should I say, David Nash is lapping quicker than our front runners at our effective race leaders at the moment. But also our race leaders might be playing the smart game and just trying to hold off on their fresh new rubber, while David Nash is trying to push to get as much out in front as possible as he goes through with the 1:35.36 again. So Jamie Davis up on the inside of Kai Turner into turn 1. Through turn 2 they go, and he's got the move done nice and clean through turn 3. Is he able to hold him off? I believe so. I can't see behind him. I can't see what's next to him. There he is. Kai Turner drops back already 2 car lengths. Coming out of turn 3 into turn 4, they go and sort themselves out. So Jamie Davis up on the inside of Kai Turner in a fastest lap of the race, a 1:34.85, ladies and gentlemen, goes Damien Cairns on lap 16. That is blistering quick for race pace.
That is very quick, isn't it?
He is on fresh tyres. Don't forget that. He has made a pit stop and he is on fresh tyres. But he's also trying to follow Daryl Hockey at the moment. And Daryl Hockey wasn't far behind. He was actually a lot faster than Daryl Hockey by nearly 6/10 of a second. So obviously made up a fair bit of gap. Damien Cairns up on the inside of Hockey. Gets the move done nice and clean. Hockey comes back and fights for it. Round to the left they go. Hockey slots in behind and says, no, mate, I'll let you take it. You can take me up the main straight and I'll give you a drag race into turn 1. Round to the left they go, up the hill, through the kinks as we switch screen. Nicholas Gearich under all sorts of pressure at the moment by the auto serve entry, driven by the one, Jamie Davis. He's having a look. He's put it out wide. He's up on the inside. Jamie Davis moves into effectively the new race leader. So effectively Jamie Davis has taken, but Nicholas Gearich comes back and fight. Does he go too wide? No, he doesn't. This brings Kai Turner into the books. Turn 3 they go. It is a freight train. 3-car freight train at the moment. Kai Turner runs wide. There's definitely an off track there. Left, right they go. Nicholas Giric has a look. No, he doesn't. Kaya Turner up on the inside a little bit. Nice sits through there, coming through turn 5. Around they go. Oh, mate. His action fact, I thought the nationwide tracking systems was bad. And hearing Zach Caven do that, but holy hell, I bet he'd be wanting to commentate this. All right, Guy Turner up on the inside of Nicky G. Doesn't get it done side by side through there. Left-hander they go. As he sits nice and tight up, and car contact. Guy Turner off the road. Does he redress? Does Nicholas Giric redress? Yes, he does. And he does it smart. Does he lose an extra position? No, he hasn't redressed yet. Kai Turner, he may have not been up the inside far enough for Kai Turner to have that position for him to redress. But he did the right thing, and instead of making time, and I'll take my hat off, this is beautiful racecraft by him, he slowed up and allowed the gap to maintain from where they were from when they were battling. So, we'll see what happens if he lets him go by here on the main straight. He might just to say, sorry, mate, my bad for running you off the road. No, he doesn't.
I don't think he will, because the 88 will jump past him as well, I would imagine. So
that is all going on. Nicky G, our man, makes a little bit of car contact. Race control will obviously give the final call on that one. I believe it is getting looked at most likely, but Kai Turner may have already recalled his call and against race control to look at that incident. As we got Dean Williams having a look up the inside.
He's got him.
He's got him for P10.
Oh, no.
All right, Miguel Limassuria back around. No, it's not Miguel Limassuria. My timing table is going all over the place. Dean Williams down 12th position. Into 12th, he's battling at the moment with Dean Alessi. From my screen, Kai Turner with a big slide around Nicky G. He goes. Let's have a little simsnap.com iRacing photography replay for you, ladies and gentlemen. Kai Turner up the inside of Nicholas Giric. Through turn 6 they go. Nicholas Giric runs a little bit too wide. Kai Turner gets the power down nice and early and just puts it up the inside. And that also gave Damien Cairns a little bit of an inside as well, but it didn't set him up for the next corner. Damien Cairns actually cuts the track by a lot.
He's very lucky to have saved that.
He's on the grass, Damien Cairns.
Very
slow-mo action for you, ladies and gentlemen, for the slide by Kai Turner as well. So big slide by Kai Turner. Damien Cairns decides to mow the grass a little bit on the inside. There we go. Nash, Reddit, and Campbell, they are in the pits. Your new race leader, ladies and gentlemen, who has bolted. He has bolted to a 4-second lead over Kai Turner and Nicky G with Damien Cairns in hot pursuit. He is home set. He's going, see you later, boys. Try and catch me now.
Have a crack, lads. Have a crack.
Have a crack. Have a crack. David Nash, Dean Reddit, Mitch Campbell falling down the field faster and faster and faster, further and further and further. Mitch Campbell gets the outline on my timing board. He's all the way down in 30th position. Dean Reddit all the way down in 30th position, 29th position. And David Nash in 27th position. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. And Andrew, that is what happens when you pit under green flag just after the safety car has come in.
Yeah, very unlucky to have missed the entry. I don't know why they didn't go in the next lap. It's something I would have done, but we have to see where it goes.
Well, if they had gone in the next lap or under green flag or the next lap under safety car, it wouldn't have mattered anyway because they would have gone to the back of the field regardless.
Yeah, fair point.
Hopefully these guys can capitalise now on fresher rubber than everybody else in the field. They made it to lap 20.
That's not a bad effort.
Or not end of lap 19, I should say. So that is a good effort. That is 3 laps under safety car. They saved of fuel as they come across for lap 21 now. So it actually might have been... Oh, no, lap 19 it was, sorry. Lap 19 they came in. Dean Williams up the inside of Dean Alessi. Tony Gaffer, sorry, my apologies. The Penrite Auto Racing entry. Tony Gaffer, side by side, they go through turn 3. Dean Williams, Tony Gaffer, drag race down into turn 4 with Dean Alessi behind. Out on the grass, Gaffer goes. Now, Dean Alessi has a look up the inside, and he gets 2 for the price of 1. Dean Alessi up into 8th position. He says, thank you very much. Runs a little bit wide, though, and then hands it all back. All undoes himself in the matter of milliseconds.
Just gave it straight back to them.
Straight back to it. It is too action-packed, ladies and gentlemen, to even take you on a hot lap just yet. It is action all over the place. On screen at the moment, Brian Good in the APC entry, battling it out with Dan Stevens in the Liquid Moly ZB Commodore. Colin Bruns now on screen up the inside of the other Liquid Moly entry. There is a Liquid Moly entry pursuit there. Look at that. 1, 2, 3 cars on field at the moment.
They always
Colin
seem
Bruns
to be that.
battling it out with Robert Brewer at the moment.
They always seem to be that way, don't they? The middle finger racing boys. They're always around each other.
Oh, they are. It's usually teamwork.
Yeah. So they're always bunched up together. So.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the action is just too packed at the moment. We don't even have time to be able to do a crank up the volume for you or a hot lap. Maybe we might be able to go for a hot lap with you next lap round, or with our leader, Jamie Davis. When he comes back around, we'll be able to do a hot lap for you and then maybe do a bit of a crank up the volume. We'll see how much of an action-packed day it is. Damien Cairns got the pass done on Nicholas Garish. Nicholas Garish having all sorts of issues at the moment. A little bit of panel damage might be affecting some aerodynamics on the car up the main straight. They come over the start-finish line into turn 1. Pokes the nose up. Big slide. Oh, Nicholas Garish right out sideways. Locks the rears up, and that's what happened to our, now 4th position sitter in the Goodyear Autocare entry. That is an amazing save, Andrew.
Oh, mate. I would have spun that about 4 times if that happened to me. But that is unbelievable save.
Now on board with Shane Clark in the Melbourne Hydrographics Depot. Entry down in 14th position, following in hot pursuit of Dan Stevens, with Brian Good just out in front of them. He's had a little bit of a look, couldn't get it done. And look at that, it is Middle Finger Racing, Melbourne Hydrographics Depot, Middle Finger Racing. And then there's another, what is it? A Dragon RC Sport entry, I believe. And then more Middle Finger Racing, and then more Middle Finger Racing, and then it's just a Middle Finger Racing arsenal at the moment. Aaron Racanello on your screen now for the Dragon RC, and we'll wonder if we can get a... he's not close enough, unfortunately, to Troy Allen to be able to get a look on the back of this for you, Andrew. But the livery these guys have got on this car is one to see. Definitely up nice and close. But if we can get a rear bumper view, but he's not close enough. Maybe if Colin Bruns can have a look up the inside and get past him, we might be able to get one. There's the Melbourne Hydrographics Depot and the Middle Finger Racing car off. That is Shane Clark and Dan Stevens, I believe. Simsnap.com iRacing Photography. Andrew, talk us through this one, mate.
Shane Clark and Dan Stevens. Let's have a look here, going into the end of the straight. Oh, what has happened there? Now I can't explain that one, Matty. He just got on it too hard. Must have rear bias set, maybe a bit too high. And
I'm going to tip rear bias, and here we go, Aaron Racanello. Now we can get a rear bumper shot of this car. He's close enough to be able to have a look. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen, and Andrew. Look at the eyes on that ZB Commodore.
Does look very good, doesn't it?
That is scary.
Does look very good. Sort of takes you back to the old green eye car of Craig Lowndes back in the day when he was racing the Falcons.
Well, he actually ran I believe he ran the Green Eyed Monster when he did the All-Star E Series, when the V8 supercars were running during the COVID-19 lockdown of last year, and the V8s couldn't run. I believe he ran the Green Eyed Monster livery when they ran around Bathurst. So I don't think he had too good of a race either. I think he crashed out over the top of the mountain. So we won't bring that up though, unless in case he's watching and don't want to bring back some bad memories. But the King of the Mountain, well, not the King of the Mountain, sorry, but the Junior of the Mountain to Peter Brock, I'd say.
I wouldn't. Yeah, you'd have to go with that.
Junior of the Mountain. He's got coached by the best, and he's taken out a few podiums as Daryl Hockey smashes the brakes on, what is that, a redress, I believe, ladies and gentlemen, against Mikel Surya there. No, Mikel Surya's behind, but Rian Lenage now up in a 6th position. He's been a little bit quiet the past few races, Andrew.
running up around the top 4 or 5.
Rian Leno's now up into 5th position as he gets around Daryl Hockey a little bit earlier. His teammate Mika Limasuri. I'm not used to saying teammates, but they used to be not enemies, but team enemies, I'd say. Mika Limasuri now joined with the
Rivals, yeah.
rivals. Yeah, no, there we go. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you, JP and Andrew, for that one. Rian Leno's having the look on Nicholas Gerich. Nicholas Gerich isn't looking too racy now. He has definitely dropped off the pace by a long mark. He's got new tyres, but they've faded extremely quickly. So definitely a couple flat spots, I think, Andrew.
Yeah, I think that locking up there wouldn't have helped too much at all.
Drive-through penalty, car 19. Contact with car 24, so car 19, Mika Limasuri for car contact with Dean Williams. There's the redress. That's what the redress... No? That's definitely not a redress from before because Dean Williams... Yep. No, we can't. I can't recall it actually now. There's too many. It's a nationwide tracking systems assault, and it's a middle finger racing assault as well. So it's assault by many teams tonight. That's for sure, Andrew.
It's gone crazy, hasn't it? It's hard to keep up with what's going on, and you guys do a very, very good job of doing what you do. That's for sure.
Dan Alessi out on screen at the moment. It's a 3-car pack here. Battle for 11th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. Jonathan Bain just bringing up the rear there in the middle finger racing. Oh, no, sorry, that's Dean Alessi. My apologies. He is in 11th. Dan Williams and Dylan Pereira in the DSL entry for the battle for 9th position. Dylan Pereira, big slide. Dean Williams in the auto serve entry. Another big slide by Dean Williams as they come out on the ripple strip. It is all on my screen. It's still lit up. Yellow, red, yellow, red. Yeah. And we see where our leaders are on track at the moment. I think they might just be coming over to start the next line. Here he is. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's a little bit quiet. We're on board with Jamie Davis. Let's go on board with him. We'll take you for a hot lap around Interlagos here. Into turn 1 they come from top of 6th gear, back down into 2nd. Quick click up into 3rd gear, around to the right-hander. Into turn 3 they go. 3rd gear, up into 4th, nice and early for Jamie Davis. Should have held it a little bit longer. Gets the traction down, right out wide onto the ripple strip. Up the gears, 5th gear, 6th gear, just before you get into the braking zone. Smash the brakes on right, back down into 2nd gear. Click it up into 3rd, I do. Jamie Davis holds it in 3rd. Round to the left they go, turn 4. Turn 5 into 4th gear. Up into 5th gear before you try and pick your brake marker here. It's a tricky one. Easy on the brakes, trailer right into the apex and the end of that curve. 4th gear, Jamie Davis stays in. Should have been 3rd. Comes out into turn 7. Round to the right, 2nd gear. Oh, he's in 3rd gear. Back down into 2nd gear, into turn 9. Coming up into turn 10, into 3rd gear. Just before you get to the end of the ripple strip, smash the brakes on. Back down into 2nd. Round to the left, to the right for turn 11. Out wide, up into 3rd. Easy on the power around the left-hander of 12 here. Up into 4th gear. Just as you get to the end here, smash the brakes on. Back down into 2nd gear. Coming out through turn... Oh, I've lost my corners now because there's so much going on. Coming onto the main straight. Up into 3rd. Up into 4th gear. Shoot you right out wide as you shoot left around here. Up into 5th gear. Up into 6th gear. Hug it nice and tight to the iron barrier. Usually hold it tight to the tyre wall. Usually cut the track a lot more than that. Saves that half a tenth of a second. But, ladies and gentlemen, crank up the volume and listen to Jamie Davis send it around Interlagos.
Well called, mate.
How was that, ladies and gentlemen? Jamie Davis taking you for an onboard hot lap with the roar of that 650 horsepower supercar around Interlagos for the Wake Cartel Interlagos 200 tonight. Brought to you by Goodyear Autocare Warana V8. Or should I say just Goodyear Autocare Warana for the V8T2 E-Series. Jamie Davis out in the front at the moment with a demanding lead of 4 seconds over Damien Cairns. Rian Lenosh now up in the 3rd position. He is up 6 spots from where he started. Back down in 9th position. Nicky G, our man Nicky G. He was out front. He was leading. He's now dropped back down into 4th position where he started. He's burnt out those tyres from the slide as we have lights ablaze at the moment from Tony Gaffer. Dylan Barrera up the inside of him. We thought we'd be coming back to a little bit of a quieter race so I can run through the order for you, ladies and gentlemen, but it is still on like Donkey Kong out on the track tonight. The Goodyear Autocare entry, though.
Lost his bonnet.
And the spoiler.
He's lost the whole...
That is Kyle Booth. So I was wondering, I'm thinking, no, that's not Nicholas Gierich. Just talking about him. Kyle Booth down in our 30th position at the moment. Obviously had a big off on as we were off camera there, and he's lost the bonnet and the rear wing of that Goodyear Autocare Warana entry. Back through your order now, ladies and gentlemen. Ty Turner up into 4th position now as he gets the move done on Nicky G. And Daryl Hockey down in 6th position. Dylan Pereira down in 7th position. Tony Gaffer 8th. Out of 9th position at the moment is Dean Williams and Dean Alessi rounding out your top 10 with Jonathan Bain hot on the heels, battling there for a position in the top 10. As the Melbourne Hydrographics depot car is up to the left-hand side of the track and he is stopped. This could bring out another safety car, Andrew. We will watch, wait and see to see what happens. Does race control call it? Into turn 1, Dylan Pereira goes. Can he limp back to the pit?
Yeah, it looks like he has. Yep, he's in the pits, so...
Into the pits, Shane Clark goes. So that was Shane Clark, ladies and gentlemen, off to the side of the track and limping it to the pits. Wonder what happened there. We might be able to get a replay. We'll see what happens as we are on board at the moment. Here we go, simsnap.com, iRacing Photography Replay. Andrew, talk us through.
Let's see what's happened here. So he's going around Melbourne Hydrographics, which is Steve Vella's car. Steve Vella's company, and he's gone off the track.
I think he might be supporting an engine damage, limping it back home.
Yeah, I think he's either must be steering. You can see him trying to swerve left and right there to see if he can feel anything, but obviously done an engine.
Definitely steering damage. Definitely steering damage there, Andrew. You can see it. He's starting left, starting right. He's trying to get a hold of that car, I reckon. So, major steering damage there for Shane Clark there in the Melbourne Hydrographics Depot 888 as we are now on board with Ty Turner in the pits.
Oh.
Nicky G, he's in. Daryl Hockey, he's in. There we go. We've got 17 laps to go, ladies and gentlemen. So this is it. This will be able to get fuel to go home. This is the final pit stop. Who else is in? Kyle Turner, Nicholas G, Nicky G, Daryl Hockey, Jonathan Bain is in, Troy Allen is in, Dan Stevens in, Colin Brunn's in, Stephen Martin is also in. There we go. Drive-through penalty. Car 888 contact with car 3, lap 23. So there is your reason why Shane Clark had to limp it back to the pits. And big news. Big news. I just saw on my timing screen. Mika Limassuria down 18 positions and 4 laps. What has happened there? We didn't even see it.
No, I didn't see that either.
Yeah, I think there might be an internet connection on Mika Limassuria's end because he has just dropped out randomly. There's been I don't see him online, so he's definitely had an internet issue there. So unfortunate for Mika Limassuria. He was running really well up there as well, battling with the top 10. So sad news to see Mika Limassuria drop out for the NTS entry. And Davis is in. Cairns is in. What does Rian Leonidas do? Does he react? Yes, he does. He's in as well. Dylan Pereira, what does he do? Does he stay out for one more lap? Tony Gaffer gets... Oh, something's happened to Dylan Pereira. He has dropped down 2 positions. Oh, Dylan Pereira might be out of fuel.
Oh, no.
Maybe. Just limps it back to the pits. We'll see how long his pit stop takes. Tony Gaffer in, Dean Williams in, Pereira in, Alessi in. There we go. Where does this promote Nash? Nash up, bang, 4th, 3rd, 1st. There he is. There he goes around the pit lane through the first corner. Dean Reddit now. Where does he pop out to Jamie Davis?
We've got a drive through for car 303 with contact on car 110 there.
Oh, so that's Dean Reddit.
Didn't quite see what happened, but...
Dean Reddit and Kyle Booth. But that is more big news, ladies and gentlemen. Dean Reddit with a drive-through penalty. So he'll be coming around to serve that straight away. I believe he's just popped out of the pits. Just got that pit stop done.
There he is.
I believe he might be coming around to serve that straight away, I believe. David Nash currently out in the lead at the moment, but he has already, he's only on his first pit stop. He's only done 1 pit stop. He's still got the second to do. So that is now going to demote Nash way down the field. So the strategy has not worked out for Nash. He's going to be hoping for a safety car tonight. There's still they'll be able to get to the end on this fuel stop. There's only 16 laps to go. They'll be able to get to the end, so then they'll be able to make it a 2-stop. Is it a compulsory 3-stop race, though? This is what I'm about to find out from our director. No, it is not a compulsory 3-stop race. So, ladies and gentlemen, 2 stops. Can they fuel save? Andrew?
Well, I'd say they would. Looks like 3.3 litres per lap fuel burn they're running, so just that, ease off the throttle 10 metres into the corner and try and upshift a bit before gear cut. Obviously they did what the car's doing 20 laps, a couple of cars did before, so I can't imagine why they wouldn't make it home.
Well, look, to be honest, the fuel saving can be high. If they get another safety car, ladies and gentlemen, they will be able to definitely get home on a 2-stop race. But it is going to be interesting to see who goes for the 3-stop. And Nash is now in the pits. We know where he's going to end up. He's going to end up down towards the back of the field unless a safety car comes out. There he goes, dropping down the order.
Yeah, I've still got...
Oh, sorry. Sorry, that was Reddit. My apologies.
Yeah, I've still got Nash at P1.
Oh, there we go. So Nash pitted on lap 19. I just got a message. Sorry, yes, lap 19. So Davis, Cairns, and Turner is effectively our race leaders at the moment, as David Nash is going to try and really stretch this one out to try and make up as much time as he can. He knows he's going to be down the order. He's only got 5-second lead, though, over Davis, and by the looks of it, it is closing. Oh, sorry. Yep, 5 seconds. So it looks like it'll be closing. Damien Cairns with a 1:34.77. Fastest lap of the race again, Andrew.
Yeah, I think Nash has burned himself here. I can't see, still got 1 stop obviously to do, and you're right, with only gone up to 8 seconds the gap, but he's not going to win this one, I don't think.
The fat lady hasn't sung just yet.
Well, this is true.
Safety cars breed safety cars. We've already had 2 out for this race, as we are on board at the moment with Kai Turner and Rowan Leonidas. We switch now camera angles to Jamie Davis and Damien Cairns. Damien Cairns is on fire. He's got new tyres on. He's only 0.8 of a second down from Jamie Davis. And this is going to be the first time we see, I believe, Damien Cairns up on the podium and potentially fighting for the race win. Endurance races, they really bring out a different breed of drivers, Andrew.
Certainly do. It's all about patience and And well, what's the word I'm looking for? Is strategy.
Yes,
All
definitely.
about yeah. So if you can manage your car, keep out of any incidents, and try and save as much fuel as you can, then obviously. Sorry, I just heard something there in the back of my head that I missed. He's reeling in Jamie Davis. Yes.
Only 0.3 of a second behind now, so he is really on
Yeah,
fire, but he is
certainly is,
burning
isn't
those
he?
tyres, Andrew. He's going to be burning those tyres where Jamie Davis, he won't be using as much. Damien Cairns, again, with a fastest lap of the race, a 134.75, a whole half a second quicker than Jamie Davis.
That's insane.
He's the only driver I've just heard as well, and what I can see on my screen now, the only driver, Andrew, in the 34-second mark. He's only just in. He's only 34.7, but he's the only driver out of 28 cars currently out on track 29 cars out on track to, or 28, sorry, we include Brian Goodyear's currently out on track as well, I believe.
That would be the fastest lap of the race, wouldn't it?
Yes, it is currently the fastest lap of the race, 134.75.
Wow.
So he is on absolute fire. But Jamie Davis has now managed to pull away a little bit and maintain the gap. So does Jamie Davis pluck a fast lap out of the hat to go, I know you can do it, Damien, but watch this. As they come up the main straight to start lap 35 out of 46 for you tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Not long to go in the race at all. They will be able to make it home on 2 stops. Last lap, 135.63 from Cairns, 135.74 from Davis. So Cairns only a 10th of a second faster that time around. He is reeling him in. He's only 2.2 of a second away now. Right up under the rear wing of Jamie Davis as they come through turn 3, coming down to turn 4. Tucks under into the aero. Does he have a look into turn 4? No, he doesn't. Stays in behind. Maintains that distance. He's just going to follow Jamie Davis around. It might give him a little bit of an advantage in the end to save a little bit more fuel, I think, Andrew.
Yeah, a bit more drag following the car. You can back off that little bit earlier. And yeah, save a bit more fuel.
Well, big news as well in the pit stop times there. Jamie Davis at 24.13. Damien Cairns at 21.63. So that is where Damien Cairns made up all his time. So is Damien Cairns fueled to the end, ladies and gentlemen? That's what we are going to have to try and figure out. We don't know this. We don't have pit lane reporters. We don't have anyone else to go and spy on the teams for us and ask us and give us some race intel. So this is something we're all going off by just a little screen. 21.63, 24.13. So there is a 3-second difference. It's called 2.5 second difference between the two of them in pit stop times. So round they come again to start lap 36. Damien Cairns still tucked up under the wing of Jamie Davis. Kai Turner down there in 4th position. David Nash into the pits. There he goes. He's dropping down the order. That now promotes Jamie Davis back into the lead. Kai Turner in 4th. Rayan Leonage in 5th position. Our man Nicky G in 6th. Daryl Hockey in 7th. Reddit in 8th. Gaffer in 9th. Dan Alessi rounding out your top 10 in hot pursuit, though, behind him. Jonathan Bain, and who's come to the party? Troy Allen. So they're now fighting out for a top 10 position as we go to 10 laps to go, ladies and gentlemen. We're in the dying moments of the race. Doesn't seem long, but it is definitely going to feel forever for these drivers tonight. Dan Stevens on screen having a look up the inside of Dean Williams into turn 1. Does he get it done? Side by side they go through turn 1. Into turn 2, Williams keeps the inside line. Now Dan Stevens holds the inside of turn 3. What do they do? He's got a little bit of front end damage. Does this promote a little bit of slower pace down the straight? We're about to find out. Side by side they go. Tucks in behind goes Stevens. Gets the draft. Pops out. Does he outbrake him? No. Has a look. Tucks back on the inside. So there you can see, Andrew, just a little bit of front splitter damage and front bumper damage can really affect the pace of these supercars.
Yeah, you saw when he pulled out there to show him a bit of the nose, it's like he almost dropped back immediately. So got out of the draft and he just realised he wasn't going to make it, so pulled back in behind him.
They try and make these cars as real as possible, but as our director loves to say, you can drive faster without a front splitter and a rear wing. So, iRacing, if you're listening, on behalf of Jay, please nerf these cars. We say it off air. Here we go.
Big drag race.
Leonage up the inside of Kai Turner coming into turn 1. Leonage with the inside. Kai Turner on the outside gets the inside for turn 2. Turner maintains position. Leonage just has to tuck back in behind through turn 3. But if he gets a good run out of 3, he can get the run into 4. Tucks in under the wing of Kai Turner. It's a drag race down into turn 4. Into turn 4, Leonage has a looks up the inside and he gets the move done on Kai Turner. Side by side they go through turn 4 into turn 5.
So Turner
flat out, and Leonage just slots back in behind Kai Turner there. Doesn't get the move done, unfortunately. Dean Reddit now dropping down the order in the pits. After that drive-through penalty, out he comes now.
Yeah, car
Stop
19.
going for car 19, multi-car contact with car 24, 60, 61, and 019, sorry, 019. My apologies. So that's Jonathan Bain from Middle Finger Racing.
Oh.
Jonathan Bain with a stop and go penalty. So that is the biggest penalty we have seen for quite some time now.
He was doing well too.
That's a multi-car contact. Jonathan Bain was doing exceptionally well. He's up 9 positions in 11th. But now dropping all the way back down the order with going to be a drive-through penalty. Rian Leonage on screen at the moment with Kai Turner coming back round onto the main straight. Does he get a good run? Does he have another look up onto the inside of turn 1? The thing's a little bit too far away. But Rian Leonage, son, welcome back. It's good to see you battling for another podium position. Through turn 1 they go, into turn 2. Just missed that, sorry mate.
I said it looks like Kai's got his measure, catches up, but I just can't see him getting past at the moment. But like you said before, the fat lady hasn't sung yet, so we'll see what plays out.
Oh, Rian Leonage shows the nose to Kai Turner. I believe Lasses Leonage will be having a look over the shoulder and giving input right up on the bumper. He is into turn 5. Out onto the curb they go. Does he have a look into turn 6? No, he doesn't. Stays in nice behind. If he gets the run out here and pushes Kai wide, he might be able to get the run up into 7. Stays on the outside, tries to go around the long way. That's not going to work there. Runs a little bit deep on the brakes. Kai Turner maintains his 3rd position. Nicky G still 3 seconds behind this pack here. But Damien Cairns out front still hammering Jamie Davis. Dean Reddit on screen now coming up the inside. For position 18 over Aaron Rakanoa. Doesn't get it done into turn 4, into turn 5. Does he have a look and get a good run? He's up on the inside. He's on the wrong side of the road though, coming into turn 6. Aaron Rakanoa on the inside. Maintains the position, but Reddit outbrakes for Rakanoa. What a move by Reddit around the outside. Brave on the brakes. Into turn 7 they go and he gets the position done. That is done and dusted for position 18. Andrew?
Yeah, what an awesome move. Very, very well there. There's definitely no chance of getting back, that's for sure.
We're back on screen now with Kai Turner and Rian Leonage for the battle for 3rd position. The last spot on the podium. Ladies and gentlemen, lap 39 of 46. We are almost in the final laps to go. And it is heating up. It is spaced out, but it is heating up for the podium here. Rian Leonage only 0.3 of a second away from Kai Turner. Through turn 4 they go, into turn 5, flat out, up into 4th gear, up into 5th gear, into turn 6 they go. Rian Leonage slots it out wide, gets on the brakes a little bit early and just slots in behind and follows Kai Turner around for a little bit more. Exceptional driver, Andrew, Rian Leonage. He's only 11 years of age. He's obviously got the wisdom of his dad in his ear and has been showing the ropes extremely well. Obviously, Lasses Leonage, the reigning NTS champion. What are your thoughts on the young kid? He's got a long career ahead of him.
Oh, certainly. Like I said, I think it was last week in the post-race. Definitely a name to keep in the back of your mind in future racing, not even iRacing. Like, but a definite one. I suppose his dad is probably standing over his shoulder, telling him what to do. So he's probably telling his dad to go away at the moment while he tries to concentrate. No, well. Well, he tries to concentrate on the race, but the two of them, like we said last week, the guy's got, well, I shouldn't say the guy, the young kid's got more talent in his little finger than I do in my whole body running these things, so definitely a name to look out for.
Here we go, Nationwide Tracking Systems Esports entry.
8.
He does. The youngest driver in the GAC series, but he is the youngest driver between the NCS and the GAC series. And wait till we come to the end of the season, ladies and gentlemen, for the Bathurst. And then obviously end of the year for the Bathurst 1000. If don't be afraid to see Rian is still kicking it in the GAC series and the NTS series, Super Series are running. Don't be afraid to see Rehan Leonage and Lassith Leonage team up together for the Bathurst 1000 at the end of this year. As they come through turn 7 again, round into turn 5, Rehan Leonage just maintaining the gap to, Kai Turner maintaining the gap to Leonage. They're now at 0.7 of a second, 0.8. So Leonage's tyres are starting to go from him by the looks of it here, ladies and gentlemen. He's now at the 0.9 of a second, makes up a little bit coming through the corners here. On screen now with Mitch Campbell all over the back of Stephen Martin. And Dean Williams in the auto serve entry is his position, battling for position number 11 right now. Mitch Campbell all over the back of that KFC entry. Little bit of a wiggle coming out. Dean Williams is trying to capitalise on this while these two battle, trying to get some pace, but Stephen Martin is just too strong. A little bit of a slide for Stephen Martin. Allows Williams just to gap it a couple more cars in front of him, but he's still in the slipstream, so just watch out here, ladies and gentlemen. You'll be able to make up a little bit of time coming onto the main straight as they come through the couple kinks before they finally hit the main straight to start lap 41 of 46. Only 5 laps to go, Andrew, and this is going to be the pressure point moment. This is going to be where we see drivers either dart in for a quick splash and dash, or if they're going to be able to make it home on a 2-stopper.
That's right. We're going to see who was managed to save fuel the best, aren't we? Who's ran the strategy the best way. That's the way it's going to play out. I see. Jamie Davis seems to have it pretty covered from what I can tell. So,
Jamie.
Sorry, mate. Go.
No, keep going, mate. Keep going.
From what I can see, he seems to he'll be pushing pretty hard, so he doesn't seem to be fuel saving too much.
It's only 4/10 of a second. Big slide by Stephen Martin. Little bit of contact by Mitch Campbell, maybe.
That'd have to be a penalty there, surely. Or at least a redirect.
We'll see if we get a replay of that one. Does Mitch Campbell readdress if there was contact on Stephen Martin there? Wrong cars out on your screen at the moment is David Clark and Dylan Pereira. Here we go. Yep, there was definite car contact there between Mitch Campbell and Stephen Martin.
Yeah.
Bump and run. We'll try and get a better angle for you.
Here we go.
Try and get a better angle. Here we go. Simsnap.com iRacing photography replay. And what amazing photos they take for our round write-ups. Mitch Campbell up on the inside of Stephen Martin. Does he get it done? Up on the curb. Oh, it looks like Stephen Martin actually drives into Mitch Campbell and closes the door on him. So race control is going to be having a very hard look at that, looking at which way the trajectory of Mitch Campbell's car is going, where his steering wheel's pointed, and see about Stephen Martin to see if he actually turns in at the very last minute there and closes the door on Mitch Campbell. So what I can see from there, a little bit of Rubbings racing. That was a racing incident. Mitch Campbell closing the door on him. Race on, boys and girls. Damien Canzo all over the back of Jamie Davis as we come into the dying stages of the race. Lap 42 of 46 for the Wake Cartel Interlagos 200. And simsnap.com iRacing photography replay. This is Nicholas Gerrich on screen. Our man Nicky G. What's going on here? Rian Leonage has made somewhat of a mistake by the looks of it.
Came from nowhere.
Rian Leonage has made some form of mistake or Kai Turner and Rian Leonage by the looks of it have actually made the mistake, because there is an extra 5 seconds back to them now from Damien Cairns and Jamie Davis, so they're 15.5 seconds behind this crew at the moment. So obviously a little bit of a bump and grind going on there, and Rian Leonage obviously doing the right thing and redressing the position straight away. But that now brings Nicholas Gerich into the battle for third position. He is still on for a podium here, boys and girls. He may not get the race win. Big slide coming into turn 1. Through turn 2 they go. Nicky G gets the back end right out sideways, as Mark Scaife likes to say. Rian Leonard's just watching in the background here, trying to capitalise if these two drivers come together. Off the track they go. There is a 1X waiting to be happened just there. Nicholas Gerich all over the back of Kai Turner. Into turn 4 they come. Kai Turner protects the inside. Does Nicky G try the over and under into turn 5? He'd be silly to do it because he'd be able to get into the inside for turn 6 if he stays on the outside. Doesn't get a good run as we're going to drive through for car 952 for contact with car 11 on lap 41. So 952, this Mitch Campbell with car contact with car 11. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Race controller deemed that Mitch Campbell's fault. Mitch Campbell, straight to the pit lane. You go for a drive-through penalty, mate. That is a little bit unfortunate from my angle. It looked like Stephen Martin did turn in, but as we all say, race control has the final call in this one, ladies and gentlemen. As we go back to the battle now for 3rd, 4th, and 5th position. Kai Turner has bolted from Nicky G's tyres, just aren't there by the looks of it. Now brings Rian Leonard into the battle. Can Rian get back around Nicky G for 4th position and give Kai Turner the battle? There's only 2 laps to go, ladies and gentlemen, in the remainder of this race. Jamie Davis with a nice little comfortable lead now of 0.6 per second over Damien Cairns. It is really heating up now as we come into the dying stages. Dean Williams only 0.7 off Mitch Campbell, but that is going to change. Robert Braw, nice little battle there back in 15th, 16th with Colin Bruns. And then obviously Aaron Rakanoa and Dan Stevens back down there in 18th and 19th as well, having a nice little tussle back in the field. But Jamie Davis, our race leader, lights ablaze to Tony Gaffer. Get out of my way. I'm coming through. Oops, sorry, that's not Tony Gaffer. My apologies. Thomas Foster. Thomas Foster, that was, sorry.
Oh, God, he's gone onto the graph there. He's lucky not to have spun himself on that little bit just there.
Yeah, well, you can take a fair bit of curb around here, Andrew. I'm not sure if you watched the hot lap that I did for the Nationwide Tracking Systems Super Series last night, but you can actually use quite a bit of curb coming through those hairpins. The cars it's a lot of camber in those corners as well, ladies and gentlemen, coming through those hairpins. So the car really loads up on that tyre on the asphalt, and you can jump, or not jump the curb, but take a lot of curb because the left-hand side or the right-hand side of the car, depending on which way you're going, is still loaded up on the black stuff. As Jamie Davis now shoots out to a 1.2 second lead as he's got 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go, 1.2 seconds over Damien Cairns. Kai Turner, 16 seconds further down the road. Nicholas Gerich down in 4th, not too far behind. Rian Leonard now really pressuring Nicholas Gerich as well. David Nash in 6th position. Darryl Hockey in 7th, Dean Alessi in 8th, Tony Gaffer in 9th, Troy Allen in 10th, and that is your top 10 for you, ladies and gentlemen. And then there's obviously Williams, Martin, Reddit, Bruns, Braw, Pereira, Campbell, Stevens, Rakanoa, Kelly, Bain, Georgeson, Clark, Gerlin, and then we start getting into our lap cars. But 24 cars, ladies and gentlemen, on the lead lap for the Interlagos 200, sponsored by the Wake Cartel. Jamie Davis has controlled this race for some time now. He's played the strategy game. They have all played the strategy game. Unfortunately, the one... Oh, excuse me. Sorry, got the hiccups and the burps and everything else. The one who hasn't played the strategy game now is David Nash. But in saying that, he's now up into 6th position, so not as far down the order as what we thought he was going to be, Andrew.
No, but he's dropped 5 spots. Look at the grid. Jamie Davis is up 7. Go down to Tony Gaffer, who's jumped up 17 spots. That's a
hell of a race by Tony Gaffer.
Yeah.
Absolute stellar race by Tony Gaffer. Robert Braw as well, up 16 positions, ladies and gentlemen, into 15th. So he has had an absolute stellar of the races. Jamie Davis takes the white flag to start the final lap of the Wake Cartel Interlagos 200 for the Goodyear Autocare Warana V8T2 E-Series. Round turn 3 he goes. Damien Cairns, unfortunately, has nothing for him. But it is battling in the back. Nicholas Geerich on my timetable. Looks like he's taking third. Yes, he goes through turn 1, through turn 2, through turn 3. Spins Nicholas Geerich. Oh, no, that is turning point. Nicholas Geerich was on for a podium position and gets spun by Rehan Leonage in turn 3. Unfortunate. That is big news.
Yeah, they were ex-teammates, so still teammates.
Still teammates.
I hope they don't go to the same school because there might be a punk on in the schoolyard.
Jamie Davis on screen, your race leader, ladies and gentlemen. Coming through turn 7, turn through 8. Whoops, sorry, I'm way behind. Coming into turn 12, I should say, ladies and gentlemen. To come onto the main straight for the final time as Damien Cairns tries to give it everything he's got, but he's too far down the road. Jamie Davis, son, take your hat off. Give yourself a pat on the back. An absolute stellar drive, mate. You are the winner of the Wake Cartel Interlagos 200. Take a bow. How was that, ladies and gentlemen? Damien Cairns in P2. Kai Turner and Rehan Leonage still tussling it out for third position, but it's not going to matter because Rehan knows he is going to be getting a post-race penalty, but it is close. It is very close. It is down to 1/100th of a second over the start-finish line. How is that, ladies and gentlemen, as he sends Kai Turner off the road? A little bit of rubbing and tussling as they come across there. David Nash in 5th position. Nicholas Geerich in 6th due to that spin. Dean Alessi in 8th. Tony Gaffer in 9th. And Troy Allen, by the looks of it, will be getting 10th position. He's got Stephen Martin hot on his heels, though. But there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Lights ablaze. He loves to race. He loves to come back from Autoserve Racing. Well done, Jamie Davis in the 92. Absolute stellar drive. Damien Cairns, also take your hat off, mate. We'll see you in the commentary booth shortly because that was an amazing drive by you and an amazing race, Andrew. I've almost lost my voice and I haven't even got to the post-race.
Yeah, no, you've done very well, mate. Covered me very well. So, thank you.
I've tried to bring you in as much as I can, mate, but the action, it's just been full on tonight, hasn't it?
It's been a great race to watch.
Oh,
talent is. Some of these guys have got. It's unbelievable, isn't it?
You'd almost think you're watching the Super Series if you've never seen it before.
Yeah, and especially. I smoke up your backside, but the way you call it, you do a very good job. So,
I try my best, mate.
Makes it more interesting.
I try my best.
No, you do well, mate. You do very well. And JP,
the biggest moves.
Couldn't do it without him, so.
Yeah, no, Zach Haven is an absolute stellar commentator, and I've learnt a lot of things off him. And one of the things I learnt is to be loud, ladies and gentlemen. Quick run through the field to see the biggest mover. Tony Gaffer up 17, Robert Brewer up 16, and they are our biggest mover. But Jamie Davis, crank up the volume, ladies and gentlemen. Tip it in and listen to this burnout. Alrighty, what a burnout by Jamie Davis. The unofficial race results for you, ladies and gentlemen. What a race it was for the Interlagos 200, sponsored by the Wake Cartel. Jamie Davis takes your race win. Damien Cairns in P2. Kai Turner down there in 3rd position, only nearly 19 seconds down the track. Rehan Leonage down in 4th. David Nash with an absolutely good comeback to come back all the way from the back of the field up into 5th position there after a safety car. Just didn't get it into the pits in time in 5th. There, Nicholas Geerich in 6th position. Unfortunately, he was on for a podium. and just didn't quite get there due to the spin. Daryl Hockey in 7th, Dean Alessi in 8th, Tony Gaffer in 9th, Troy Allen 52 seconds down the road in 10th position there. Over the page we go. Stephen Martin in 12th, Dean Reddit Stephen Martin in 11th. In 12th, we have Dean Reddit. Dean Williams takes out position 13, Colin Bruns 14, Robert Brewer, Mitch Campbell, Dan Stevens all the way down into 17th position. Aaron Racanello in 18th. Dylan Pereira started up the front and down 12 positions in position 19. And Jonathan Bain down in 20th, a minute 13 down the road from the leaders. Over the page we go again. Peter Kelly, Luke Georgeson, David Clark, and Paul Gerlin on the lead lap there in position 24. And then we start getting into our laps drivers. Thomas Foster, Stephen Black, Stephen Banks, Andrew Johnson from E1 Sim Racing, Aaron Hayden, Brian Good, 6 laps down there. And it only gets worse, Andrew. Kyle Booth, 17 laps down. Shane Clark's 19 laps down. Mika Limasuri with an incident dropout, 21 laps down. Todd Martin, 35 laps down. Matty Scholes, unfortunately, at the start of the race, ladies and gentlemen, just copped that spin and puts him straight into the wall, and he got stuck. He was not able to get out. He's 45 laps down, and that is definitely going to hurt him for the championship. Don't forget, though, they do have drop rounds, and then obviously Sam Noble down there in last position with internet issues. So we'll get the drivers up into the green room. Here they are. 1, 2, 3. Damien Cairns, Jamie Davis, and Kai Turner are joining us in the commentary booth. Boys, you've got to tone down the racing just a little bit. I'm losing my voice over here. But absolute stellar drive by all three of you. We'll start off with our third place sitter, Kai Turner. You were up in second position, battling for the for pole in qualifying there. Just missed out by a 10th of a second to David Nash. Obviously ran a superb race. Had lots of battles there with Jamie, with Rehan, with Nicholas Gearich. There was a number of them that you were battling with at the start of the race. Interlagos, it's a very big tyre degradation track. As we know, we saw a lot of drivers fade away in tyres tonight. Obviously, I like talking about that, so we'll start with that one. How did you find, first of all, the race and how you went, and then also the tyre degradation around here?
I was just happy to finish, to be honest, after the last couple of weeks I've had. But, yeah, like you said, it was great racing, plenty of respect shown and plenty of room left. And just goes to show you, when you give a bit of respect, you have great racing. But the tyres, the first two stints, they felt really good. That last stint there, I really struggled, and you probably could see on the broadcast, but I was lucky to come away with a third.
Well, a third, you were definitely a big congratulations for you. Had a lot of heat by Rian Leonage there in the closing stages. Then all of a sudden, Nicholas Gearich came in and just took it away. But Rian just, I don't know, we saw it on our screen. He gave him a little bit of a tap, and you're almost going to be coming 3 wide down that straight. So unfortunate news there for him. But pretty crazy night in the office for you tonight.
Oh, definitely. I haven't been this. My wrists are killing me. We don't not normal on this lap of races, but it was good fun.
Well, I think it was just over an hour of race time tonight. I believe it was about an hour and 15 minutes. I believe, maybe a little bit longer of actual race time tonight. So I actually don't have the server up to be able to see it. One of you boys, if you're still in it, might be able to inform me.
Now 2 minutes.
There we go. Just over an hour and 2 minutes for the everybody watching at home. So it's a lot longer than what you guys are used to racing. You guys are used to racing the half an hour sprints and maybe tick over maybe 40-minute sprints, but definitely an hour long race, just over an hour race, is definitely going to make you feel it in the morning.
100%. People don't realise how not fit you have to be to do this, but takes it out of you.
We'll hang around, mate. We'll get back to you a little bit later on in the post-race show. Damien Cairns, mate, congratulations to start with P2. I believe it's your first P2 in the GAC series?
Yeah, first podium, so I'm pretty happy with that.
Well, there we go. First podium. So massive congratulations to you, mate. You had an absolute stellar drive there. Really put the pressure on Jamie Davis towards the end of the race as well. You're really right up the end of the wing, and I'm guessing you faded off very quickly. So tyres a big thing for you at the end there?
Yeah, definitely. I had a really bad start at the first corner or whatever, and then the middle stint was really good, and I could see myself catching up to him. So I thought if we have a good pit stop, but just at the end there, the tyres were it was like driving on ice.
Now, strategy is a big one for Interlagos, especially with an endurance race over just shy of 200 Ks, 198 Ks to be precise. But strategy is a big one for tonight. Now, did you go into the race with a planned strategy, and did that change when you started to see cars like Nicholas Gierich dive right into the pits under that safety car? And boy, was it a good dive.
Yeah, I didn't really. I just thought I'll see what the leaders do, and I thought about maybe pitting a little bit earlier just before the car came out, but just to get a bit of free air, but it just sort of worked out that and then just ran it pretty much to within dry, filled it up, and then come home in the last bit.
Excellent stuff, mate. Hang around. We'll come back to you, and we'll get some more. Yep, no worries, JP. Thank you. Just got word in my ear. Get some more info off you later on. Jamie Davis, mate. Congratulations to start with on the win. You're obviously very well known with the series. You're a returning driver for the GAC. And I have missed seeing the auto serve entry on screen, but I definitely haven't missed racing against it, mate. That's for sure. So congratulations on that. Interlagos, the track. We'll talk about the track with you. One of your favourites to drive around?
Thank you very much, Matt. Yes, Interlagos. I do enjoy balancing the brake around here. It's one of my stronger tracks. More stop and start tracks I don't like, but trying to flow the car I really do like.
Yeah, it definitely is a flowing track around here. Obviously, I've done a number of laps around here. I thought I hadn't actually, but then my memory served me correct, and I actually had done quite a number of laps around here before I jumped on the sim the other night. Obviously, I've had a question for you, and I completely forgot what I was going to say. That's right. Obviously, you were out here tonight to drive the wheels off the thing and aim for a win, but once you were out in the lead, were you expecting to get there so quickly, and did your plans change, or what did you do?
Yeah, my plans changed when the first safety car was called. I calculated we're about a lap or two short from the critical fuel number, so I thought I'll chance it, dive in, fill it to the full tank, and then try and do a bit of fuel saving as the stints went along. And or else I was just going to run the tanks dry and then short fuel at the end.
Yeah, well, Andrew and myself, we talked about the strategy and what everybody would do, but you guys played it perfect. You obviously capitalised on the second safety car, obviously saved as much fuel as you could, and made it home on a two-stopper. So that's something to be proud of.
Yeah, it was a bit touch and go. I was asking my teammates for a bit of fuel numbers after the last stop to see if I'd have enough or if I had to fuel save early.
Well, from what looks like to see the burnout, you obviously had plenty of fuel to go in the end.
Yeah, fuel saved at the start of that stint, and then once I seen Damien coming, I just had to hit the loud pedal, and thankfully still had 4 litres left.
Nah, awesome stuff. Hang around, mate. We'll get to the championship points right now. The official championship points, or should I say the unofficial ones? Official, we'll find out in a second when they put up on screen. There we go. The unofficial result, or championship results here, ladies and gentlemen. And big news there due to Matty Scholes crashing out at the start of the race. Look how many positions he has dropped, and look what's promoted. Daryl Hockey from Middle Finger Racing up into first position, but hot on his heel, our man Nicky G down in second with 1,340 points. David Nash with 1,318. Riyad Linaj in 4th position there with 1,284 points. Matty Scholes down in 5th on 1,278. Dan Stevens with 1,264 points down in 6th position there. Kai Turner now still maintains 7th down with 1,215. Sam Noble, unfortunate that he didn't show up tonight, so that hurt him just a little bit, but he's down there in 8th with 1,182 points. Dean Reddit with 1,182, and Damien Cairns with 1,182 points. So there is a tie for 8th position there in the championship points, ladies and gentlemen, at the moment. Scroll on through. Dean Alessi with 1175, Tony Gaffer with 1170, Jonathan Bain out of 13th with 1132, Colin Bruns with 1051, Luke Georgeson 998, Aaron Racanelli with 973, Aaron Hayden with 969, Dylan Pereira 955 points, the rookie in the season. He's made a good little start there to get that many points. Stephen Martin with 941, Robbie Bradbury with 923 points. I thought we'd be seeing a bit of a Bradbury moment from Robbie, but unfortunately, he hasn't had one. Andrew Johnson down in 21st position with 863 points. Dylan Lagarde's teammate with 848. Tied for 22nd is Paul Gerlin with 848 as well. Mitch Campbell from 9-5 with 828 points down in 24th position. Robert Brawl with 754. Peter Kelly out of 26th position with 703. Thomas Foster down in 27th position, if I get my numbers out correctly, with 672 points. 662 points is Stephen Black, Peter Latham with 658, and Max Losh with 649. And there's still a few more over the page as well, ladies and gentlemen. I believe there is a big field for the GAC series. Jamie Davis 634, Shane Clark 629, Todd Martin 628, Trent McCarthy 626, Dean Williams 616, Craig Castle with 574, David Clark 509, Troy Allen 476. Danny Vassell, didn't see him tonight at all, I don't believe. I don't think he was on the grid at all. He's down there in 39th position with 470 points. And then Gavin Sadler with 428 points. And I believe there might be even one more page, JP. Where is that it? There we go. Holy hell. Wow. There it is. 48 drivers in this championship, all competing. Gavin Sadler there, 428. Cole Booth, 415. Brian Good, 408. Stephen Banks, 306. Philip Dalton, 300. Mikael Surya, the changeover, unfortunately, he's down the field. Won't be too competitive, but he's going to gel with these drivers and get to know how they drive. 268 points. Craig Gurry on 236. Anton Gilbert, 84 points, and Liam James, who also made the shift a little bit earlier on in the season, but due to work commitments, he has not been able to race for some time now, down on 49 points. Whilst we finish up the championship points, we'll bring on the calendar for you, ladies and gentlemen, as well, so you can see where we are going to next week. That's the wrong one. It popped up on my screen. There we are. Hockenheim last week, Interlagos this week, and we head over to the Oval Racing Circuit. But it is not Oval, it is the Roval. So we are doing the infield track of Charlotte Roval there for the Sprint Triple Crown, ladies and gentlemen. That is going to be Tuesday and Wednesday next week for the NTS Super Series and the Goodyear Autocare Warana V8T2 E-Series. Now, we'll start with you, Jamie. Charlotte Roval, it's one of my probably most hated tracks. It's hard to get right. It's hard to get a perfect lap around there. And trying to fit, and for instance, try and fit 37 cars around there, it's a little bit of a difficult task.
Yeah, definitely not wrong. That bus stop will provide a lot of action next week. I don't mind Charlotte. I do rate it much higher than Oran Park. Not a fan of Oran Park.
That's actually big news. There's actually quite a few people who are a fan of Oran Park being the Aussie track. Obviously, we want to get more of those onto this server as well. So that's a big one to hear as well. So we'll see what Kai's input is. He's actually got his headset muted at the moment. So we'll come back to Kai. Damien, obviously heading to Charlotte, mate. It's going to be interesting. I haven't seen you race around there yet. So what are your thoughts, and are you looking forward to it?
No, I'm with you, man. It's not one of my favourites. Just yeah, see how we go, I guess.
not one of your favourites. We'll elaborate on that one for the viewers at home watching. What's the most difficult bit for you around going Charlotte Roval?
Probably getting through that bus stop nice and clean each time, and that turn. I think it's turn number 1 going in there. I just not a fan, but every track's a good track, I suppose.
There's lots of banking turns to help with grip when you're out on the oval side, but on the infield, it's actually got quite a lot of elevation change. Kai Turner has still got his headset muted, so we'll can't get too much from Kai at the moment. Might be just having some issues going on in the background there, so we'll get back to you. Jamie, obviously, favourite part of Charlotte Roval for you?
Dancing through turn 1 and 2. Just trying to really
good fun.
Oh yeah, and trying to not hit that outside wall in the exit of turn 1. But yeah, to really try and set your lap up well, and then just around the oval bit, slipstream and plenty of action into the bus stop. It's an exciting track.
Now, obviously, being a concrete wall track, there's not much room for runoff here, boys. So that's going to play a little bit interesting. You won't be able to be going two cars wide like we did tonight. Sometimes we even saw 3 cars wide coming through turn 2 and turn 3. So, and even into turn 4, we saw going 3 cars wide. So, Damien, what's your biggest fan? Is it the concrete circuits where you got the concrete line walled, or are you more of an Interlagos and Doran Park where it's a little bit more open for you?
Yeah, you prefer the open ones. I mean, you just got to play it carefully on the at Charlotte just to make sure you don't touch the wall. Because if you touch the wall, your night's going to be very unpleasant.
Jamie?
I don't mind the open flowing tracks like Phillip Island, Interlagos and stuff, but I also love the risk versus reward of the closed-in concrete tracks, and in some cases, cool heads succeed a lot around there as well. So I don't mind a vast mixture. Yeah.
Guys, I just got word in my back here. The briefing notes will be quite extensive coming up into the races. We give the drivers their briefing. We give a driver's brief before the race, a couple nights before the race, so they can just understand what is going on, where the safety car is going to peel off, where the control lines are, where race leaders can resume the race from and bury their foot as far through the firewall and hopefully not touch the headers on the way through. Kai Turner is still MIA at the moment, boys. Andrew, obviously, your first post-race show solo. What were your overall thoughts from the race? I'll bring you into it now. What are your overall thoughts of the race of tonight, and what are you looking forward to next week for the Charlotte Roval?
Tonight was insane, Matty. You did a wonderful job calling that. Covered my backside very well, so I thank you for that. Charlotte Roval, the corner I don't like there. I'm trying to think whether it's 4 or 5. I think you come around 3 and then 4. The second last corner before you actually go up onto the oval, you go around the right-hander there,
4,
blind.
5, and 6. Yep.
Yeah, it's very, very hard to get right. I always seem to lose the back end through there, but it's going to be driving these big buses around there is not much fun, in my opinion. So it's going to be a very, very interesting race.
Well, we are definitely going to be having an interesting race, ladies and gentlemen. And to start it all off next week on Tuesday night is the Nationwide Tracking Systems V8 Super Series. The big guns, the big boys, the open setups. They are going to show you how it's done. First up on Tuesday from 8:20 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. We are starting back at our normal time, which will be good for those who are working late. Not putting my hand up at all over here, but it would be good to be going back to 8:20 Australian Eastern Standard Time, and then backing it up on Wednesday at 8:20 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, we come back to the Goodyear Autocare Warana V8T2 E-Series for the up-and-comers to show the big guns why they deserve to be in the lead. But at the moment, I think it's the opposite way around. The Goodyear Autocare Warana at the moment, Andrew, is definitely putting on a show and showing the Super Series boys how to put on a good race.
They certainly are. I mean, yeah, you can't have watched tonight's race and not be entertained by it. Guys did very well. And then Saturday we got the short shift Anzac Cup race, which was a sort of last-minute thing for JP, but that should look.
I believe you're doing that one as well with Zach Caben, I believe. So join them, ladies and gentlemen, for the Short Shift Sim Racing Magazine Anzac Cup. They are going to the mighty Talladega Heights. And Ricky Bobby's favourite track. Bit of shake and bake going on around there. Saturday from 7:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Times. Join the man Zach Caben with the young Padawan Andrew Collins for a action-filled night around Talladega there. I believe it's 100 laps from memory. I might get corrected.
I think you're right. Yeah, I think you're right.
I think it's 100 laps from memory. So I think, Andrew, you've seen the notes. You should know.
Yeah. I actually do have them up somewhere, but I do believe you are correct. It's 100 laps.
I think it is 100 laps. 100 laps at Talladega Heights, ladies and gentlemen. So that is going to be an interesting one. If you are having a quiet night in and the weather is a little bit poor outside, join into the Simshed broadcasting crew as Zach Caben and Andrew Collins take you there for Talladega. Boys, we'll come back to you. We'll come back to Jamie, the race winner tonight. We'll let you do us some thanks for your sponsors, mate. Been a while since you've been out on the grid and obviously up on the show as well for the post race. So give us a thanks to the sponsors. Give them a wrap, and hopefully by the time we get to the end of it, where Kai Turner has unmuted himself and can hear us.
Can I just correct you there for a sec, Matty? It's 101 laps.
Well, there we go. 101 laps for the Talladega Heights on Saturday night, ladies and gentlemen. Jamie, you have the floor, mate.
Firstly, thanks to AutoServe, all the boys at AutoServe as well. Great banter, great fun. Wins. JP for putting this series together. All the people in race control, commentary team boys, muchly appreciated. Can't do this without your guys' help. And thanks to all the viewers that tune in and enjoy the show.
Damien, mate, you have the floor.
I'd just like to say thanks to the Taipan Esports boys there. Always there to give me a hand if I need it. Switch Panel Pro, Simbricks.com, Blackshaw Smash Repairs, The Butcher's Secret, Tim Nickel Photography. Just everyone behind the scenes. I know there's a lot of work goes into it, and the stream and everyone that's watching it. It's a great series, and I really enjoy racing in it.
I believe it's also been quite some time since the Taipan Esports team has been on the podium and in the booth as well. Would I be correct?
Yeah, I think you're right there.
I think it was last season. Going back to last season, if I'm Robert, is it not Crisdale? Is it? No. I'm trying to think of the driver's name. Don't worry, I can't remember anyway for the life of me. It's been some time. It was actually quite some moments ago. But Kai Turner has unfortunately checked out, so we won't be able to get to him, unfortunately, unless JP or Andrew can try and rattle him up. If not, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be having an early night for a change. The early start has led into an early finish for us. So we'll have to get a post-race interview off Kai during the week, I believe, and hopefully try and bring that up on sponsors. Unfortunately, I didn't get on to hold to Shane Clark from last week either as well. It's been quite a crazy week over here at the Simshed broadcasting crew. But for now, Andrew, mate, thank you for joining me in commentary tonight. I do appreciate it. For your debut night and for the young Padawan, you've done an exceptional job, mate. So give yourself a pat on the back and a big congratulations to you on that one. A huge congratulations goes out to our podium, Jamie Davis, Damien Cant and Kai Turner for an absolutely stellar race for the Wake Cartel Interlagos 200 for the Goodyear Autocare Warana V8T2 E-Series. Join in on Saturday night for Talladega Heights. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, to join in on Tuesday night from 8:20 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time for the nationwide tracking systems of V8 Super Series, the big guns, and then we run it. We come back here, go back to Charlotte Roval to follow them up for the Goodyear Autocare Warana V8T2 E-Series from 8:20 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Daylight or Eastern Standard Times on the Wednesday. But for now, on behalf of JP, Andrew, my co-commentator, and the podium, my name is Matt Davis, bringing the broadcast to you from Interlagos in Brazil. Have a good weekend and good night.
Thanks, Matt.
Thanks, guys. Good night.